Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. So today I'm playing in the craft journal, no surprises there really, and I'm going to be creating a secret journaling pocket. So it's going to be not really that obvious and somewhere that you could create and then just tuck away journaling that you didn't want anyone to know was there. So I am starting off by adding some collage tissue paper onto the page using some gel medium to stick that down. This is it's definitely Dina Wakley. I think it might be the text collage pack. This one with the circles on is from one of the older packets. It's one of my favourite designs with the circles on, which is no surprise because I also, as well as the craft journal, I also love circles a lot. So I'm just building up some of the interest on the background, and then I've got this little pocket here that I acquired, got quite a lot of them, and I am just adding some of the collage paper onto there too. So whatever I do to my page, I'm going to do to this little pocket as well. And then I'm using a blending tool with a little bit of white on, and I'm just going over some of those edges and just pushing them away into the background a little bit, just softening them, just to start off with. And again, doing the same to the little pocket too. Next, I am using sand, and I'm actually it's buff. It definitely looks like buff, and just using the big brush and brushing that across the page. So you can still see some of the collage paper through there, and some of it's disappeared, but that is really fine. It doesn't matter. It's all about the layers. And then while it's still wet, I'm just going in with the fence stencil from Dina Wakley and just rubbing a bit away through there. And next I'm using some permanent red violet light from Amsterdam Acrylic and going on with the stencil. And what I'm going to do is sort of layer the stencil so that the patterns start to connect to each other. So I'm making that pattern go down the page. And then again, I'm going to do the same thing on the pocket. And then you can see I'm just working out where it is going to go next. I'm going in with lemon next. I'm adding some lemon next to the pink that we started off with. If you overthink it, it gets so confusing where where the stencil needs to be. Edited out quite a bit where I was faffing about. I'm like, where on earth does this stencil need to go? But it got there in the end. So, and then when I've done the yellow one, again on the pocket, I'm going to go in with the turquoise, and hopefully this one is the one that connects them all together. Yep, you can see there it's now creating like a solid pattern going across the page. It's a really cool way to use this stencil. Tim Holtz has some ones that that are designed to do this as well, so you can create some really cool patterns using them. So then I'm using this double-sided tape dispenser, getting a bit of that tape on the back of the pocket as well as some glue, and then just popping it in place, lining up the pattern. Then I'm going in with a text stamp as well. And these are two of the chipboard figures that are also from Dina Wakley Media. And once I get black paint on my fingers, I'm pathetic, aren't I? And so I'm just using various things to hold those in place while I add some black. Then I'm using this really pretty pink ink, just dripping that down the page, and standing the book up so that those things can run down the page. And then once that's dry, that's okay. Then I'm using a white Posca pen, and I'm just doing some doodles on these figures, really, just to add a little bit more interest on there. I don't know, these are really fun to journal on, actually. You can add all sorts on them. Sticking collage tissue paper on there too. Yeah, just don't be limited by the fact that it's not a very big space. You can still do some really interesting things on there. So then some of my signature dots with the large Posca pen and then a smaller Signo Uniball. gel pen. And then I'm using a white Posca pen and I'm just drawing another leaf stem on this right hand side. It kind of matches the two figures on the left. They're not stuck in place yet, by the way, they're just sort of stood over there because that pocket is underneath where they are. And again, just going in with the mark making and doing the dots there too. And then I'm using the black gel pen, just outlining that botanical. So then I was like, where am I going to put these figures? Should I put them in the pocket or couldn't decide. So decided I would do some doodling using my gel pen while I was thinking about where they were going to go. Did a little bit of semic writing on there too. Then I decided I would cut this open a little bit. So I cut a piece out and then I'm going to stick it into the bit at the background, so behind, so you can still see. I was still faffing about trying to decide where these figures were going to go, and I think this is where I decided on in the end. So just using the Tim Holtz tiny attacher to stick those in place. Such a fabulous little stapler. And now I've got my little pocket there. So then I just got a scrap of paper that I've got left over and I'm just doing some journaling on there, and then what I'm going to do is fold it up and pop it into the little pocket. This isn't done in a scribbly way so that only I know what it says. In fact, I probably can't even remember what it says now, but at the time it did mean something. There it's tucked away. Next I'm just drawing some lines so that I can write some text on the page too. Just because I'm not dancing, it doesn't mean I'm not happy. So this was because I'd been with my brother and he had some music playing in the car and he couldn't get why I wasn't boogieing away to the music. And I was like, well, two things. One, I don't like your music, and two, I don't want to dance, but it doesn't mean I'm not happy. So that's where this journal page came from. This is why art journaling is just so fabulous, because you can just journal about anything. It can be serious and not serious, or just fun. But this had kind of just, it had tickled me really. That, you know, it's from the same family, but we're so different. But that's okay. And here we go. There's the finished page with a little secret tuck spot for journaling. It's so easy to create. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.